Sunday morning. Well, it's 1 year since the U.S. Attorney from the Southern District, Jay Clayton, has been on the job. And, well, what better time than now to get an update of what's going on? And I have to thank Jay Clayton for coordinating our federal forces in New York and keeping New York safe. Well, Jay, give us an update.
Well, thank you, John. Always great to be with you. And let me start with how we look at the job and the use of our resources. And this is something that you have championed for years, which is quality of life and safety for New York families. And what that is translated to is three areas of focus for our office. The first is gun-toting criminals and gangs, dismantling them, getting them off the streets, using our federal powers to make sure that these type of recidivist career criminals who make life very low quality, in fact, intolerable for some of the people that live in our housing projects and the like, are off the streets. That's number one. Number two is counterterrorism and safety from foreign malign actors. We face threats every day, and thank God for the coordinated work of NYPD, FBI, Homeland Security, and our other partners to help keep New Yorkers safe. And then the third priority, John, and I would love to go into each of these and the accomplishments of the women and men of our office, is sex trafficking. No member of the New York community wants there to be sex trafficking, exploitation of minors in New York City. And I'd like to just commend the people of my office, the women and men of my office. They have focused on these three things, and we are delivering results for the people of New York.
And, you know, there's a lot to be worried about. And I was on Fox Business the other day, and I said to everybody, I told that the quality of life in New York is the one thing that's not negotiable. And
100%, John, 100%.
And it's and I'm starting to worry about that. I'm giving everybody a chance in the same way that President Trump gave the mayor a chance. I'm trying to give him a chance, but we have checks and balances. We worry, the Governor Hochul has to be tough enough to make sure that we have checks and balances, and our city council president or city council speaker, Julie Menems, has to have checks and balances. And most of all, we're glad that you're around under President Trump's guidance that we have checks and balances and from the federal government, because right now a lot of New Yorkers, a lot of Americans depend on your checks and balances.
Well, I can tell you that in those three areas, we have the complete support of the President of the United States. He wants recidivist gun-toting criminals off the streets of New York. He wants New York to be safe from foreign actors, and he has absolutely supported our efforts. And if you look at our results, we have many people we've taken off the streets for sex trafficking. And the President of the United States, President Trump, wants those people off the streets. And I think, John, every New Yorker who walks up to me thanks us for those three things. Washington Square Park is now a place where you can take your family in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening, and be free from open-air drug traffickers, be free from people who are carrying weapons and guns. It has changed, and we have the complete support of the police department, the complete support of the people of New York, and it goes all the way up to the White House for that kind of law enforcement activity.
Well, murders are down to an all-time low because I guess the criminals realize the checks and balances are there right now, and they shouldn't do anything.
Well, yeah, let's be realistic here, which is we could take the pointy-headed academic view off the table. Criminals respond to incentives. If they don't think they're going to jail, they're happy to deal drugs. They're happy to deal deadly drugs like fentanyl, and they're happy to carry guns. If we show them that if you deal fentanyl or you carry a gun in a crime, that you're going to do federal time, that we're not going to follow the state here and basically bend over backwards to find a way to release criminals. We're going to get them off the streets. And you know what? They now know that. And so they've changed their behavior. Murders are way down. And I have to thank, we got to thank the NYPD here, John. This is not just FBI, Homeland Security, and the DOJ. Our partnership with the FBI is great, but our partnership with the NYPD at identifying the worst of the worst and getting them off the streets is just every day contributing to the quality of life for New Yorkers.
Absolutely correct, and I just hope that Jennifer has the, Tish has the authority to do what she has to do and work concurrently with the feds to keep our city safe.
Well, if I could can I make a plea to my fellow New Yorkers, John?
Absolutely.
Support the police. The police encounter hundreds of difficult circumstances every day. They face split-second decisions where they're challenged, where people have weapons, where people are looking to do them and New York citizens harm every single day. And every once in a while, someone may post a video, even a slice of a video, where they're trying to insinuate, suggest that the police are somehow, I would say, overly aggressive, that they're acting outside the bounds law. These are such isolated incidents. And if someone's bad, sure, we should get them out of the force. No doubt about it. But, thousands of encounters over the course of a month where they behave in the most professional and upright way. Every New Yorker should be supporting the police department every day.
Agreed, 100%. Is there any other, there's a hotline that goes to the police at 911. Is there such a hotline for the FBI or for the federal government?
Absolutely. 1-800-CALL, CALL, FBI. Use it. The FBI takes every tip seriously. If you see something, we have a big summer coming up in New York. We have America 250. We have the World Cup. If you see something, call the FBI. And if you see something in any of the areas I mentioned, including sex trafficking, if you see something that just doesn't look right, call the FBI. We are here to respond to the needs of New Yorkers.
Now, the three items of the quality of life is being able to walk around and feel safe. That's one of them. That's one of the most important ones because we all have kids and grandkids. And the second one is, foreign influences feeding drugs to our kids. And it looks like we're on the right track. Yep.
And people should know this now. We have this charges against Nicolas Maduro. We have the guilty plea by his colleague and alleged co-conspirator Carvajal for trying to flood the U.S. with cocaine. But they are not the only ones, John. There are a handful at least, and probably more, government-sponsored, government-adjacent foreign actors that are flooding our streets with drugs. And our only focus should be on bankrupting them. This is an attack on the United States. I mean, we're down. We had 100,000 fentanyl deaths a number of years ago, 4 or 5 years ago now. Thank God we're down to half that. It should be 10,000, not 100,000, going lower. And you know what? People said it couldn't be done, just like they said the border couldn't be closed. It can be done. And those two things go hand in hand.
Well, let's make it a better world. It looks like President Trump is on the road to success and making it a terrorist-free world. And I have a dream that someday maybe we'll make it, America will be drug-free.
Yes, Yes. Why shouldn't we have the objective of being terrorist-free and drug-free? Why shouldn't we?
Agreed, 110%. Well, thank you so much for coming on, and thank you for everything you do for the American people. God bless you, and God bless America. And thank President Trump for putting you in that position to help America.
Thank you, John.